Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jacqueline, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review and full day wear test on the brand new GIVENCHY Teint Couture City Balm foundation. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I hope that you will consider to subscribe to my channel and ring the post notification bell so you get to know whenever I upload new videos. Also, come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to know more about this foundation, if it will work well on dry skin, sensitive skin, then just keep on watching. So GIVENCHY just came out with a new foundation, and it is the Teint Couture City Balm foundation. It costs $47. It's now available at Nordstrom's website as well as Sephora's website. I will be leaving the link down below where you can find it. It comes with only 14 different shades. I know it's not very inclusive, it's very minimal, and that really pains me. I actually mentioned on my latest Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate review and wear test that ideally 40 shades, that would be amazing if these luxury brands can cater to more more clients with different skin tones. But it is what it is. It costs $47 and it comes with 1 fluid ounces or 30 ml. It is made in France, and honestly, when I saw the this foundation popping up, I really honestly thought that it was kind of like a CC cream, because right here on the title, and if you go and look it up online, it actually says that it has let me read it to you. It says it's a radiant perfecting skin tint 24-hour wear moisturizer, urban chilled. So the urban chill, what's that? But let me explain you in a second. With broad spectrum SPF 25. I know this may be redundant right here, but I just want to make sure that, because I'm doing these reviews, never rely on any foundation or complexion product to be your main SPF, because the amount of SPF and sunscreen that you need in order to really work and actually protect you from sun damage, it's quite a bit, and you will not be putting so much foundation, etc. So anyhow, before you get going with any product, make sure you wear your SPF, and that's what I have right now. I do have my skincare that I applied early morning, and then my SPF. And I had applied my SPF about 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago, something like that. So pretty much all my skincare, everything has already absorbed. So another details about this foundation right here, let me just read it to you. It says here that it's a perfecting skin tint that protects the skin against pollution, UV rays, and blue light emitted by digital screens. So it seems like that's the biggest thing right now as far as marketing goes. It is the blue light emitted, blah, 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 blah. That these new products, they will protect you. Same thing with the Tom Ford, same thing with many other brands. That is kind of like the key thing. Like a couple of years ago, it started all about hyaluronic acid. Now is, aside from hyaluronic acid, it is protecting you from the blue light. Okay, it is supposed to have a light coverage, natural finish. It's a liquid type of foundation, good for normal dry combination and oily skin. It comes with 3 different undertones: warm, neutral, and cool. And it's supposed to give you this flawless finish. That's what it says right here. So that's that, and 24-hour wear test, that's huge. But on the side right here, I just want to mention that it comes with an expiration date. Mine says October 2021. So it is kind of like a full-on year kind of thing. And aside to that, the actual amount of inactive ingredients that here are not a lot. Usually I put a picture on my Instagram of the ingredients, so make sure you go to my Instagram and follow me there too. But the first ingredient on this foundation is water, then trimethicone, and then alcohol. And this is the thing that I really disagree, and I'm very disappointed with brands that they do not list the type of alcohol, because to me, if it says straight alcohol, I feel like, okay, it's maybe the bad alcohol is not going to be good for me and it's just going to irritate my skin. And then it has a bunch of different type of dimethacones, a bunch of them. And then below it says fragrance, and then on most of like the marketing material for these foundation, it made it kind of like a huge deal about shea butter, that it contains shea butter. Well, it is all the way down here, all the way down, pretty much almost the last ingredient right here, and that really like upsets me, because it's like, okay, you're even right here it says enriched with shea extract. Teint Couture City Balm acts as a smart shield to protect you, blah 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 blah. So I mean, like, if you're making such a big deal about something, wouldn't that ingredient should be a little bit up higher on the list? But it's not, and again, it has fragrance. So if you're new here, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I think it's only fair for you to know what's my skin type. So I do have a dry skin, sensitive skin, reactive skin. I do have signs of aging. So I do have, you know, some fine lines and wrinkles here and there. I do have enlarged pores on this area. When I react to any like a skincare product or makeup product, usually I start itching on my jawline and right here. I do have a dry patch right here in the middle. Sometimes it flares up a little bit more, sometimes not that much, but that's kind of like the main area where I like go like phew. So that's that right there. And then what I look forward on a foundation or a skin type of you know, complexion product, it is to be radiant, to have a, I will say, natural to radiant finish. I like a little bit of a glow, a little bit to be dewy, not too dewy, but somewhere in there, somewhere that makes me look a little bit more youthful and healthy. Also, for the most part, I do not powder my makeup to set it or bake. Baking is like, oh no, not for me. But sometimes if I feel like it's gonna be a hot day, or that is just foundation that I need to powder somewhat, or like to camouflage a little bit of my enlarged pores, I may put a little bit of powder right here and under my over my concealer under my eye area. But when I do these wear tests, I usually don't do that, because I just want to see how the foundation reacts and how it behaves throughout the day just naturally. So usually I don't use you know, primer, I don't use powder or setting powders or anything like that. So just so we can see how it looks, the foundation. So that's that. And then another thing it is, I do have a little bit of sun damage, spots, but a lot of freckles. I do not like to cover them. I like to just camouflage them. Okay, my friends. So now let's take out this foundation out of its box. Oh, and by the way, I got it in the shade W208. Here it is, the foundation, and that's the way it comes. So it's kind of like a squeezy type of tube. It comes with a pump, and also the active ingredients right here are octinoxate 3% and titanium dioxide 1.75%. So that's kind of like your SPF, where it's coming from. Okay, so as per usual, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply a little bit of primer on my pore area, but not on both sides. I'm just going to do it on this side right here. And as per usual, this is my Tarte one. I will never remember the name, but it's something clean as light. And why I do it this way is because it will serve you, hopefully, as comparison. Okay, what about the price? Is it like a huge difference if I wear it with a little bit of pore minimizer primer, or there's no difference at all? And then I do have some enlarged pores right here, but I'm not gonna put any primer right there, and then no other primer around it or in this area right here. So no primer right there. And then we're gonna do one side, we're gonna do the sponge, and the other side we're gonna do a brush. So see the consistency. Oh, okay, this is very liquidy. Let's see if it's runny. It's not runny, but it's liquidy. I mean, like, I could feel it right away on my skin. And the shade seems to be okay. It's a little, maybe a little too light for what I'm right now. Yeah. Okay, and fairly interesting. I I actually got it in a warm finish undertone, and it actually looks like yellow. I mean, it doesn't look warm at all. So let's go ahead and use my beauty sponge, and I love this Dose of Colors beauty sponge. This is not a Radiant product. I mean, I don't see any radiance on it. It's more of like a natural finish and pretty much no coverage. And usually I don't go with this much, but I could tell the foundation is very light. Okay, I'm gonna be using my BK Beauty 101 foundation brush. This foundation is really yellow, like yellow. The fragrance is a very, I think it's a kind of like a floral type of fragrance, but very light, kind of like a rose type of fragrance. Okay, obviously you're gonna get more of a coverage using a brush because the sponge just absorbs some of the product. But let me tell you that the foundation, I don't even feel like it's a natural finish. I feel like it's more of like a soft matte kind of finish, and I actually feel that it's a little bit tacky still. Yeah, it's still tacky and sticky, but I feel like the drying part. So I feel like my skin is going like that, and I don't like it. And I think that could be the alcohol part. I'm going to put just a little bit more foundation right here where my freckles and my redness is kind of more obvious, just kind of like to, you know, make sure it looks a little bit more even. But so far I'm not liking the finish. I don't know if maybe as the day goes on with, you know, the wear, a little bit of like the natural oils coming out from the skin, it will look a little bit more skin-like, but it feels really tight and drying. Okay, so I have changed a little bit the setting of my camera so it looks a little bit darker. So I feel like it's settling right here and right here on my fine lines, and then on the divot of my nose. And here looks really drying. It actually even looks kind of patchy too. Okay, and if you go over, it starts removing the foundation. So that's not bueno, not good. Okay, I don't know if this is a good start for this wear test. Let me go ahead and do my makeup off camera. I just want to let you know the time right now. It is 8:28 in the morning. 11:39, right there. Okay, so here's the foundation, how it's looking like. I'm here in front of the window. As you can see, it has settled onto these fine lines, and see how dry it's looking right here. It's not radiant. This radiancy right here is from the blush actually that I'm using today. It looks a little bit more radiant right here on my forehead, but then if we go up here, you can see a little bit more dryness. I ate, so a little bit of the foundation came off, maybe right here. The sensation of dryness on my skin has kind of like gone away. I still feel a little bit of tightness right here, and a little bit right here on these areas. So that's that. No allergic reaction as of now, but this is how it's looking like. Okay, my friends, so let's do a quick check-in on this foundation. It is right now 3:46 in the afternoon. So the foundation is wearing pretty good, I should say. It does still have that soft matte type of finish. It looks a little bit more natural on my forehead, but here in this area is looking a little bit, even a little bit powdery. It has settled a little bit on my fine lines right here. Let me get you closer. Right here on my smile lines, it just has settled in there from the very beginning. A little bit of settling right there. But it hasn't moved, so let me just get you a little far, but it hasn't moved. I don't feel that tightness anymore on my skin. So that situation is gone. I haven't break a sweat today. It's still not super hot, not super cold out there, you know, here in California. So, but I haven't really, you know, exercised to be sweaty or anything like that. So this is just kind of like a regular day work of, you know, going in and out and maybe sitting down at a desk for some time. So anyhow, my friends, I will be coming back with my final thoughts in a little. And just keep on watching. So here I am to give you my final check-in on this Givenchy foundation. I'm sorry if you hear on the back some noises. It's my dryer and washer machine going on. It's 10:42 in the evening. If you see right here a little bit of shininess, be reminded that I have a big light in front of me in order to be able to film at nighttime. So it may look a little bit extra dewy. It is luminous on this area in person, but it's extremely dry on these areas right here. This area right here, it is dry. Obviously my natural oils has come in, so they have come in and they had blended with the foundation, but the foundation has worn off not very gracefully. And I think you can see what I'm trying to say right here. You see right here on my nose. In person, it's extremely powdery. It looks like I had put powder on it, and then the foundation is completely off here, and it just has accumulated right here and right here. I mean, it doesn't look good. It looks like little dots everywhere. Like everywhere I can see like little dots of the foundation, dry, powdery. I mean, it has worn off right here. There's none left. It doesn't have the best you know, way to wear off. It just looks dry and just not very appealing. So I will say this foundation may be good for the first solid 5 maybe 6 hours, but no more than that. For a person like me that has dry skin, I will not use this foundation. Unfortunately, I will have to return it. It just looks extremely, I mean, like, it's not only the soft matte, because I have other foundations that they are soft matte, but they look yet a little bit more natural in the skin. As you wear it throughout the day, they look really nice. This one all day long felt and looked dry. At the beginning I felt this kind of like this shrinking effect, like you know, like my skin was like tight because of how I felt so drying. And then as the day progressed, again my natural oils came in and it felt more comfortable. But then on the middle of the day I felt like it started itching a little bit on this area, and that's where I usually have my allergic reactions, right here. And then I still feel right here a little bit of itchiness. So to be honest with you, I look forward to taking it off right now. And for the amount of like alcohol is very up high on the list. It's a 3rd ingredient, fragrance in there. I mean, I don't think I want to put my skin at risk from that foundation. I think perhaps it may work for those people that have combination and oily skin because of the finish of the foundation, but yet you will need to powder it, because otherwise, I mean, if you're planning to wear it for like say an 8-hour shift of work, it will not last you that long. Hopefully it makes sense. Also, you know, I didn't use any other type of primer under it, just a little bit right here of my Pore Minimizer primer. So maybe if it has a primer, it may wear a little bit better. If maybe I use a hydrating primer, it may work better. But of what I'm seeing right now and the way that I felt it, I just don't feel very comfortable using it again. Okay, my friends, so this is it for this video. If you like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also share with somebody else that may like this type of videos. If you haven't done so yet, please don't wait too long. Subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to become part of my family. While you're doing so, do not forget to ring the post notification bell if you don't want to miss any of my content. I have a lot of reviews, hauls, get ready with me, etc. here. So I I guarantee you don't want to miss any of my content, so make sure you ring that post notification bell. Also, come and follow me on my Instagrams. I do post pictures of products that either they are releasing or products that I have purchased, and I do swatches in there. So if you want to keep up to date, please visit me on my Instagram. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye bye.